This is part 4 of section 2.7. So let's solve this equation. So 1 minus 4x less than or equal to 21 and 5x plus 2 greater than or equal to 22. So I'm going to subtract this 1 from both sides. So we're going to get 20 divided by a negative 4. So x is now greater than or equal to negative 5. Over here, I'm going to subtract a 2. 5x is greater than or equal to 20. Divide by 5. X is greater than or equal to 4. Now remember, when we're looking at an and inequality, that's talking about an intersection. So where these two solutions for the inequalities intersect or overlap. Okay, so let's graph them. So we've got, let's see, 0, here's a 4, and here's a negative 5. For the negative 5, I'm going to need a closed circle, and it will go this direction. For 4, we'll need a closed circle as well, and it will go this direction. Okay, so notice that I have the arrows. They keep going on forever. They don't stop where I have the arrows stopping. That's what the arrows mean. They keep going on forever. So we could extend the gray out to where the black is too. Okay, that just means that they keep going on forever, both of them. Now, where I have both colors, that's where they're overlapping. So the solution to this particular problem, it actually starts at 4 and it goes on forever. Okay? So what our answer is for the graph, let me get rid of some of these. Okay, so our final answer for the graph would be a closed circle on 4 and then extending out towards positive infinity. Now set builder notation x such that x is greater than or equal to 4. Or we could say, actually we wouldn't have a parentheses, we would have a bracket because we are including that 4. And we're going out to positive infinity. And remember, positive and negative infinity always have a parentheses. So that would be your final answer for this particular problem. Okay, let's look at this one. 5x minus 2 less than or equal to 3. And 4x plus 7 greater than 3. So I'm going to add the 2 to both sides. 5x less than or equal to 5. Divide by 5, so x is less than or equal to 1. Subtract 7, so we've got 4x greater than, that's going to be negative 4. Divide by 4 on both sides, so x is greater than negative 1. So if we graph that, we've got a 0 here, here's a 1, and here's a negative 1. So on the 1, we're going to have a closed circle, and our arrow is going to point this direction. For the negative 1, we're going to have an open circle, and our arrow will point the opposite direction because our inequality is pointing this direction. Okay, so remember, and is where they intersect or where they overlap. So they're only overlapping between negative 1 and 1. So our final graph is going to look like this right here. We'll have a closed circle here, open circle at negative 1, and go between the two. Okay, so set builder notation. We would go between negative 1 and 1, or we can start at negative 1, parentheses because I have an open circle there, and we go to positive 1, and I'm going to have a bracket because I had a closed circle on 1. Okay, now let's switch gears and let's talk about solving absolute value inequalities. Okay, so if we have an algebraic expression, so that just means something like x plus 3, that's an expression. Okay, if we have something like that, and we're going to label that as capital X, and k is greater than 0, so that just means that k is a positive number. An absolute value inequality is an inequality of the form, okay, so remember k is a positive number. So if you got the absolute value of an algebraic expression is less than k, that's the same thing as x being between negative k and positive k. If the absolute value of an algebraic expression is greater than k, or greater than some positive number, that's the same thing as x less than negative k or x greater than k. Okay, and these statements also apply for less than or equal to. Okay, so less than or equal to, or just a less than or greater than or equal to. If you put a line underneath these right here, everything still applies. That's basically what it says. Okay, so let's look at this one right here. Now notice I've got a less than, and well, let's first get the absolute value all by itself. Then we can compare. So we're going to divide this whole thing by negative 2. So we'll have absolute value of x minus 4 less than or equal to, that's going to be just, sorry, not 4, 3. Okay, now we've got a less than, so that looks like this one right here. And k is positive, ours is a positive 4. So we're going to deal with a negative 4 and a positive 4. So ours was a 3. Ours was a positive 3. So we're going to deal with a negative 3 and a positive 3. And keep the equal sign underneath those as well. Okay, so then we're just going to add 4 to everybody here. So we will have 4 minus 3 is 1. And then 4 plus 3 is 7. Okay, so our answer is going between 1 and 7. And actually, I do have a little mistake. We did divide by a negative. So, sorry about that. What we have here is greater than. Okay, so since we divided by that negative 2, actually we're not looking at the first one, we're actually looking at the second one. So this is the one we're looking at right here. Okay, so we need x less than negative k or x greater than k. Okay, so we need x minus 4. Okay, and I need a less than negative 3, or x minus 4, and then I need a greater than 3. Okay, so I'm going to add 4. I'm just going to go across and just add 4. So we got x less than or equal to, that's going to be 1, or we have x greater than or equal to 7. Okay, so on our number line, if I got put a 0 down here, we'll put a 1 right here, and we'll put a 7 out here. So we'll have a closed circle for 1, and this will go this direction right here. Now notice it's an OR. Okay, so an OR inequality is talking about a union, so we're going to put both of these together. For 7, we'll have a closed circle, and we will go this direction. So there's our graph. We're putting those two together. Okay, if we are going to write this in set builder notation, we would have x less than or equal to 1 or x greater than or equal to 7. In interval notation, okay, we start with this lowest one here. So that would be negative infinity, put parentheses there, going up to 1 and including 1. And we're going to union with, now we're looking at this graph, starts at 7, goes up to positive infinity. Okay, Now let's look at this one. I don't have anything attached to this absolute value, so we can go ahead and compare it to one of these two. And now this one does look like the first one. Okay, so not looking at this one, now we are looking at this one right here. So I need a negative k and a positive k. So our k is 7. Okay, so I need a negative k and our expression and then a positive k. So subtract 3 from everybody. So this will be 10. 2x. This will be 4. Divide everybody by a 2. This will be negative 5. This will be x, and this will be 2. Okay, if we graph this, 2 right here, negative 5 right here. So I need open circles for both of them. And it looks like just x is going between negative 5 and 2. So open circle, and then go between the two. So set builder notation x such that x is between negative 5 and 2. And we're starting at negative 5, but we're not including negative 5. Going up to 2, but not including 2. So that will be our final answer for this one right here. All right, let's look at this one. X plus 9 is greater than or equal to negative 6. Okay, so I don't have anything added or subtracted or multiplied or divided by this absolute value. It's isolated by itself, so I don't have to do anything. So I can go back and look at this one right here, and it looks like the second one. So we're looking at this. Okay, so I need x less than negative k or x greater than k. Okay, so I need x plus 9, and then I need less than negative k. Our k is negative 6, so a negative 6 will give us a positive 6. Or x plus 9 greater than negative 6, and we'll solve both of these. So subtract 9, I'm just going to go across. So we got x less than, that's going to be a negative 3. And then we've got x greater than, and that's going to be a negative 15. And we will plot those. So here, let's see, we'll do negative 15 down here, negative 3, and here's a 0. Both of these I will have an open circle. For 3, it goes this direction. Let me use gray for the other one. For 15, it will go this direction. Okay, and it keeps going. For the negative 3, it keeps going towards negative infinity forever. For the negative 15, it keeps going towards positive infinity forever. Now, or is the union, so we're putting everything together. So really what it's comprising is the entire line graph here. So what we would write is, basically, we are saying this is the entire line graph. So what we're saying is, for set builder notation, we'll go back to the very beginning. We're looking at the bottom here again. X such that x is all real numbers, or for interval notation, you go from negative infinity to positive infinity. That basically says any value of x you plug into this inequality right here, it's going to be true. Okay, now let's look at this one right here. Actually, let me go back here, and there's actually an easier way if you catch it. Once you've got your absolute value isolated, okay, absolute value is always positive. So we're saying that we've got a positive greater than or equal to a negative. Now, when is a positive greater than a negative? Well, that's always true, okay? Now, we say this right here, this is greater than or equal to. Okay, so it can be either one. All right, so positive is always greater than a negative. So since that's always true, that means that you're true. Any of the answers that you plug in will be true. So it goes from negative infinity to positive infinity. Okay, now let's look at this one. X minus 7